Hello, and welcome to Wolfcast, episode 14.
Still waiting for her to get tired of doing that.
I don't never get tired of doing that.
Well, welcome to Wolfcast, episode. Fuck, I don't care what episode we on. Who cares? All right, today's topics are.
And there's me in the background.
Yeah. It's like I'd get a little into it. Like I'd be like, yeah, we're on episode 14. Welcome back to the Wolf podcast. But I wouldn't get like that happy, high pitched voice that you manage to pull off every single time. Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, Fang's interpretation would be like, "Hey, welcome back to the Wolfcast podcast."
Hi, I'm Jonas Scott.
It's
Just real grumbly and just, yeah, we're back at it. Fuck you, I'm drunk.
So let's not have an episode of last weekend, and let's not drink too much this time.
What do you mean?
Too late.
Last weekend, how you drank way too much all the way to the end of the night and ended up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got real intimate with the toilet there.
Yes, he did. Poor thing.
Me tongue kissing the toilet.
Damn near.
I didn't go that fucking far. I was drunk. I wasn't like,
Let's get it.
I've been in this bathroom too long. This toilet's looking pretty nice.
Honey.
5 more minutes.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Animals.
Yep, animals and pets. That's today's podcast. Because I know we've all had our fair share of loved and beloved animals, and certain animals that we ourselves love and wish that were, here with us now, or just even real in general. But I have been in
Unicorn.
dragons of the way. Dragons are also
yeah.
far superior.
Okay.
They are. We are a superior race. So nah.
That's racist.
It's not racist, it's specious. Get it right.
That's animalness.
But I didn't get a chance to finish the thumbnail before the podcast, so I'm working on the thumbnail for the podcast right now.
Well, you did say that you would be
Yeah, I was
Working
hoping to have this done by today, but I got distracted.
distracted by your phone.
Do you know what? Shut up! That game is addicting. Like Best Fiend, sponsor us, please. Like I love that game so much.
Oh, that's the game you're playing is
Yeah,
Best Fiend? Oh my god.
Could you imagine? She gets like tweeted like this week and is like, "We'd love to sponsor the podcast. What do you need?" Wow, let's get this
fun.
list started.
Yeah. How did you know unveils scroll of objects that we need for this podcast?
Here's a big list.
Blows some dust off the top of it. We haven't even been doing this that long. Yeah, well.
The tomes.
Nah, all we would really need to start out is an area that we could all be in together, a
Yeah.
desk, a laptop, and some mics and whatever nicks and crannies that would go with that.
Right. Maybe a mini fridge full.
Well, technically, with a sponsorship, it's they give us money for us to promote them. That's what it is. So we would end up going to buy the stuff we needed, but
A mini fridge full of what?
booze, of course.
we don't need a mini
Jesus
fridge full of booze.
Bang Energy, sponsor me.
Nah.
But
Fuel.
yeah, moving on. I know a lot of us have been touched in our lives by certain animals or certain pets that have left a long-lasting impression that we still carry on. I wanted to be, when I was younger, a veterinarian because I love animals. Like, I've loved them, wanted to take care of them, and then reality hit me, and I realized I couldn't go to college to be a veterinarian.
I mean, you could.
I could have, but at the time. But
I wanted to
too
do.
late.
I wanted to do what Jeff Corwin and Steve Irwin did:
oh, I love watching those animal shows.
travel the world and see all these animals, teach people about these animals. I can
Mm,
still teach you something about animals. I just ain't got a TV show
right.
yet.
YouTube.
I could do it with YouTube. My issue with that is I can't just walk into the backwoods of Indiana and pull out an animal nobody's ever seen before.
Well, you can.
Yeah, but the thing is with that though is that there's always a younger generation that's going to be discovered to YouTube. Like my nieces and nephew, like my youngest, or well, I can't say my youngest nephew, but he's like 7 and he's always on YouTube. Yeah, he's not into like animals per se, but like there's always younger kids and they're going to be like, "Holy crap, what's that?"
Right, yeah. I guess
And
you
you
can do it
just
that
be
way.
teaching them. There's
No.
always someone that's going to be learning something somewhere, whether it's for the first time or not. I mean,
Hmm.
and that you always teach them something that they don't know about that animal. So
I actually have a picture that is signed by Jeff Corwin.
You told me about that because you went to that damn meeting so many years ago that I wanted to go to. We could have met a whole lot sooner when I was like 7.
Yeah, well, I would have been 17 at the time, but so meh. And
he's like, I'm going to marry you one day. Yeah, keep dreaming, kid.
God, you're beautiful. Well, thank you, kid. You're lying, but thank you, Mommy. I really like her. Wasn't that good, son? And then
10 years, or that would have been 20
20
years
years
later.
later, it's like, oh, well, I see.
But yeah,
For me, I was that little kid.
I still think, because I remember the time I was telling you that I went to the haunted park with my ex
Mhm.
and Shaggy and April was there, and we went
Mhm.
through the thing with her sister, and you were like, yeah, we were out in the hillbillies doing out in the woods, and I might have met you then, but I just didn't know it was you.
There were multiple times in our past that you and I have more than likely met and probably even had a conversation.
Yeah, probably.
There was a time you and your ex came to pick up my buddy because we were hanging out when we lived with Alpha,
Yeah.
and you came to pick him up.
Yeah, but you never came out to the car.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I
No,
stood right out there next to the car. We
I
had a full-on conversation. Me, you, your ex, and my buddy.
Did we?
Yep.
I do not remember.
You said
that.
hi.
I don't remember this.
I don't remember that.
Because I remember, I don't think you came to the car, because I know he walked up to the front door to talk to you.
No, I was out by the car.
The first time I met May was when we went to her apartment. I couldn't tell you where it was. And then her ex and I walked around
Or that's when we lived
that
in
neighborhood.
Clearview. Not Clearview. Yeah, Clear. No.
The place by Steak and Shake.
Yeah, it's Clearview.
I know there was a big car lot in front of it because we walked around that.
Yeah, it's Clearview.
And I had to sit back and wait and try and figure out why my phone couldn't download Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I think I was re-downloading mine.
But yeah.
Fun
times.
Great times. But I know for me growing up, I was that kid that was always bringing animals home. I remember one time I found a baby bat outside. I was about 10, and I was like, Dad! And I put it in a shoebox and everything, and I never know what happened to it. Like, I brought it inside, and then I showed it to my dad. He's like, "Oh, we'll have to take it somewhere." And I don't know if it survived, if it lived, but
it's like that baby bat we found here at the apartment that was sitting on that balcony.
Fierce. He is so adorable.
He was just sitting there chilling on the bottom. He was on the floor of the balcony, and we were just walking by, and we saw this little black dot sitting there. We're like, "What the hell is that?" We walk over, we look, it's a little baby bat. Like, "Hey, buddy, what are you doing?" And like,
It
went
was
to go
so cute.
the inner Steve Irwin. I wanted to poke it. So I went to go poke it, and he hissed at me, showed me his fangs. I was like, "All right, buddy, I'll leave you alone."
He was just like,
I wanted to get him down from there because I knew he couldn't have been too comfortable, but
I was more or less afraid of the neighbors, coming out and hurting him. That was my main thing.
Right.
I didn't want him to get hurt.
I was like 7, and there was a bat in the house, and like it was like late at night, and I just kept hearing things like hit the wall, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" And I just see my mom like fucking freaking out, and I was like, "Open the door! Get this shit out! Got school in the morning!"
It's just a little flying puppy. They're
Mhm.
adorable.
No, the fuck it's not.
They are. They're the sky puppies.
They're sky puppies. You have water puppies, which are seals. You have land puppies, which are dogs. You have sky puppies, which are bats. Like the fruit bats are adorably cute. Oh
The
my
big
god!
eyes.
I want a flying fox so bad. They're
Yeah,
so
tell
adorable.
fucking that to Batman.
Well, no, because they don't eat. I think they eat what, bugs and fruit. They're adorable.
The
little things.
fruit bat, yes.
Yes, they're adorably cute. I want one.
And you got the vampire bat, which feeds off the blood of mammals.
Yep. And it's cute in its own little like hog-nosed way.
It's also fucking huge.
No, they're not. They're about this big.
No,
Yeah.
there's vampire bats on records with a wingspan bigger than your shoulders.
No, they're not that big. The flying foxes and those ones get really big, but like the little vampire bats don't get bigger than like maybe a shoe.
I'm pretty sure there's been vampire bats found with wingspans bigger than your shoulders.
I'm pretty sure you're just high.
I might be.
Right?
The neighbor's toking it up. Woohoo!
Ooh, our neighbors. Like, oof. God, I miss being young.
I remember there was my dad used to work for a pet shop. It was my uncle's pet shop, and my dad came over and because when I was younger, I lived with my mom and I spent every other weekend at my father's. So I went up and worked with him on Saturdays, and he's like, "Well, it's time to feed the snakes," and I was like, "No, the fuck, it's not." He's like, "You're gonna do this last one." I was like, "No, the fuck, I'm not." And fucking, he was like, "Come over here. It's not that bad." And I was like, "I'm not doing this."
I don't
I was
want to.
freaking the fuck out. I didn't actually, this is a true story, did not get over. I'm technically really not fully over it. Like, I'm more comfortable, I guess you can say. As I was afraid of snakes until that day that you put your snake on my shoulders.
Yeah, that's a good step too, especially since Ryusei is such a gentle snake.
Our
Like
snake is so sweet.
he doesn't move real quick. He's not head shy. You can sit there and pet him on the head. He doesn't care. He just kind of chills.
My
So
brother's old snake was fucking vicious. You could like before you even get up to like the fucking glass to like look at it, he's like fucking striking the glass and shit. And I was like, nope, never picking that fucker up.
Just because it needed to be handled more.
yeah, he just needs to. That's why we're glad we got Ryusei at the time that we did, because he was barely, honestly, he was barely old enough to be sold to somebody. And when we got him, we handled him daily. Almost every single day he was out of that cage until winter came around, and then we didn't take him out of the cage as much for his safety. But and
He's
now
got a new snake now.
yeah, he's got his new tank. But
No, I'm talking about my brother. He's got a new snake.
what is it?
I couldn't tell you. I
Okay.
don't go in there.
The more I watch, what is it, Snake Discovery, the more I want a freaking hognose.
Hognoses are adorable.
They're freaking adorably cute, and I love the bit they play dead. Just like,
Yeah. You scare them and they'll roll over and be like, "You're being so fucking dramatic. Get up."
get up.
One of the things I like about Ryusei, and there's different opinions out there about feeding your snake in their tank or taking them out and feeding them in a separate container. I like feeding them in a separate container just because
I like my
personally
fingers.
I don't like them associating my hand with food.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes snakes don't associate your hand with food when you feed them in their tank, and sometimes even when you feed them out of the tank, they do associate your hand with food. It's just preference. But I love with our snake how we'll take out his feeding box, which is this giant box that used to hold cups.
Mm-hmm.
And we've just fashioned it out to where it has a lid. We open the lid, put the snake in, put the rat in, there we go. He recognizes this box.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He knows if he sees that box come out, he's about to get fed.
It's beating time.
And he gets real excited. He starts moving up the glass. He starts trying to get to that box. You take him out, he wants out of your arms, not to try and escape, but to try and get into that box. Because he knows we're about to put a big juicy rat in there for him.
I love that one day we walked into the gas station and that one girl was what? And like,
Oh, yeah.
back because she was terrified.
Walking around. Well, we got Ryusei 6 feet long. It's not a small snake.
Well, at the time she wasn't. She was still tiny, or he was still tiny.
Oh yeah, I guess he would have been about the 4 foot long mark, but it's still a decent sized snake.
Right. But he's so cute. And now we got lots of people like, oh, can we pet him? I'm like, yeah, you can pet him.
Mm-hmm.
I love people who are like, can we touch a snake? Yeah, I can touch a snake all you want to.
It'll be fine. Just don't freak out, or he'll freak out.
Right.
And it's like people always ask me, like, "What are you gonna do when that snake kills you?" Like, I'm not gonna give him that opportunity. Like, you don't know that. Like, I do know that. I understand this snake could kill me at any point in time.
Mm-hmm.
I treat him with that knowledge in hand that if I mistreat this snake, if I upset this snake, he's gonna strike at me. It's not gonna be like my dog, where I accidentally step on my dog's foot. He's gonna yelp, but he's not gonna bite back.
Of course, let's be honest though, we do that with the dog. We're like, oh my god, baby, I'm so sorry.
Right.
Come here, I'm sorry.
But if you accidentally if you accidentally step on your pet snake's tail, it's gonna turn around and bite your ass.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. We have a reptile who, while we can have them as pets, they can't be trained properly. You can associate yourself with food towards them so that they know you are where their food comes from.
Like kind of like a ball training almost.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, they are still a wild animal, quote unquote. And the people who you hear getting hurt from their pet snakes and their pet reptiles either made a simple mistake somewhere and it cost them, or they got too careless around their snakes.
Got too cocky, yeah.
And got too cocky and they thought, oh, this snake would never bite me. Bullshit. I expect Cass to bite me one day. He's our dog. I know he won't. Right now, he will not walk up and bite me in the ass.
No.
But for all I know, one day he might just get a wild hair up his ass and bite my arm.
Or you can start doing what Skunk does.
Just chew on my arm
Chew
every
on your
time
arm
he sees me.
lovingly. That's the cutest thing. So he has what is he, a pity?
He is a pit lab mix.
He is the most adorablest dog you will ever meet. Like, he just got this big old boxy square head. He's just got this smile. Oh my goodness.
He's got the pity smile.
But every time he sees Fang, he goes har 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 as he's sitting there and just like mouthing his arm. Like, he's not like biting, but his mouth, he's just like slightly like chewing on him. But it's the most adorable thing. He's like, Daddy, I missed you.
And he'll sit there and whine. His tail will wag. He's trying to like get all of his body pressed up against me, and it's just
the most adorable thing.
It's
ever.
only painful when that fucking canine of his catches me in a nerve. He'll like go ahead and latch onto my hand and catch right in between the nerves of my hand. Like, ow, buddy, ow. But I have him trained so that when you say ow, he lets go. So that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Really proud of how this horse turned out.
Skunk is the most terrifying dog I've ever
He is
fucking
not
met.
terrifying.
He was my fucking buddy when he was fucking younger, and then I hadn't seen him in a year, came back, happened to stop by at your mother's, well, I guess it was your grandma's house, and he was just like, I don't fucking know you.
Been a while, but once he gets used to you. I love the fact of how protective he is of our son and over Mom.
Mm.
That's Mom's dog, though. You've lost your buddy.
I know. But he still listens to me.
He does. But
I make that clear every time. I'm like, you still listen to me.
I own you. Dog just like, yeah, okay. Mom.
Do you think that if you got your own place that you would get Skunk back?
I wouldn't take Skunk away from Mom at this point.
No. I think the only time we would take Skunk is if Mom asked us to.
Yeah, if she said she couldn't take care of him anymore or what have you, then we would take Skunk in. But
I think because Poppy had him for so long that I think it's sort of her connection of being
maybe
with Poppy still. But at least I like to think so. I'm just happy enough to think that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I remember back in the day, like, and this really, really dates me if you know me, back when the Greenwood Park Mall had a pet center in it.
Oh my god.
I loved going. I would make my dad, every time we went to the mall, I'd be like, Dad, please. But the animals, please, Daddy.
That's how I was.
I remember that.
Yep, it was a long time ago.
That's how I was with Uncle Bill's. Every time my family came up here, we would pass Uncle Bill's, and I would just look at it longingly because I wanted to go in there and see all the animals and be like, come on, it's right there. It's the closest thing we have to a zoo.
Please,
and now it's in your backyard.
Yeah, now it's 5 minutes walking away. It's one of the reasons why I want to open a reptile zoo in like the Franklin Whiteland area. That way, people from the south don't have to travel that far north to get to a zoo necessarily. I mean, if they want to see the lions and all that shit, they got to go further north. But
right.
I also want to make it a rescue and rehabilitation center. So like you would call us and we would go out, and if you had a snake that you didn't want anymore or a snake that was trespassing and you wanted it safely taken care of rather than just killing it, we would come in and take care of it and either relocate it or add it to our own wares.
Mm-hmm.
Probably wouldn't do that with the
I'll be the security guard.
Be the bouncer.
But that's my goal, my life dream right now is to at the very least open to a reptile rescue and rehabilitation zoo.
Of course, I'd be in heaven because I love animals anyway. They'd be like,
Awesome.
I would also try and make it like a pet store as well. We would have a separate room where we would keep reptiles that you could buy as pets.
That's what a Snake Discovery did.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. They have it where they have a store set up where you can buy stuff for animals, and they also have it where you can buy animals as well, like rescue animals and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool.
I almost wouldn't do rescue animals.
What do you
Like
mean?
resell rescue animals because that's a little risky. a lot of times if a snake doesn't know your scent, they are more likely to bite.
Yeah, well, that's why you just handle it though to get that scent ingrained.
Yeah. But a lot of people, they get bit by a snake once and they're like, I can't, it's too dangerous and vicious. It bit me.
It's not dangerous. You're
It
just an
probably
idiot.
just tagged your ass. Calm down.
Right.
That's the difference between a snake. So, snakes have 2 bites. Well, 3 bites depending on the snake. You have your tag. It's a warning bite. It's a
Bite
I'm
and
gonna
let go.
I'm gonna strike you. I'm gonna make sure my mouth hits the target, but I'm letting go of you immediately. It's the warning. Back the fuck up. I don't want to be fucked with.
Mm-hmm.
In constrictors, you have your actual bite, which is they bite the head of their prey and then they curl around the body and do all that fun stuff where they crush the body and slowly but surely eat it. Then you have the venomous bite. A venomous snake will bite once and it'll look like a tag. They'll bite and then they'll let go. And then they wait. They wait for that venom to take over and then they bite again. And that bite is either to inject more poison because it's not killing whatever the hell they bit, or it's going to be the eating bite to secure the kill and eat it. And a lot of people will get real confused when their snake bites, quote unquote, them, quote unquote, when all it actually did was it just tagged them. It didn't even leave a mark. It didn't want to be fucked with. And you were fucking with it.
That's what a lot of baby snakes do is when they sit there, it's like, and it's like they just strike out. It doesn't hurt. It's more or less like a shock. But little snake egg tooths are so adorable. Oh my god, the little tiny tooth. You just cut up the little hole, and it's so cute.
And then it falls out shortly after, doesn't it?
After their first shed, it falls out. No, I love snakes. I do, but I'm not terrified of venomous snakes. I'm just super respectful of venomous snakes because they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Like there are some gorgeous venomous snakes, but I'm just like
a lot of your vipers, especially, have those pretty coloration on.
Or a friend of mine that had an albino monocle cobra.
Ooh.
Oh, it was so beautiful. But
albino monocle, that's money there.
Beautiful,
too.
Yeah.
That's
beautiful snake. But I'm respectful of this because I'm like, you're really pretty. You can stay over there, and I will stay over here. I really want to get like a rainbow reticulated python.
I want the rainbow boa.
It's so big.
The rainbow boa is gorgeous.
Oh no! Oh yeah. See, my dream snake is the Burmese albino python. I've always loved the Burmese
you don't
albino.
want the banana boa.
It's pretty, but I've always had a love for the Burmese albino. I don't know why. I think it's just a coloration.
Maybe.
Maybe. Sorry. Self-influential pun there.
Excuse me.
But for me, like I love snakes very much. I love horses. Like my my dad has horses out on his farm. And every time I'm over there, I want to go play with the horses, but I'm like, no, I can't play with the horses. I want to ride them more than anything. I miss riding horses. I love riding horses. And shut up! Don't look at me. I have my own pun go through my head. Shut up. And adult humor, folks. But I also love dogs. Like I miss our Saint Bernard. Like I missed Hercules. He's such a good dog. He was awesome Saint Bernard. But I've always been a fan of the bigger dogs, though. I'm not a fan of like the itty bitty ankle biters because I've been bit by so many of them.
Those itty bitty ankle biters. Say what you will about your pit bulls, your German shepherds, your Rottweilers, fucking Chihuahuas, Pomeranians, Doberman Pincer, whatever the fuck they are. Pincers. Those tiny little footballs are the most vicious dog breeds out there, and you can't tell me they're not.
Oh yeah, I've been bitten more by small dogs than big dogs. I'm more terrified of a small dog than a big dog. Big dogs are just like, I'll give you a warning. Small dogs are just like,
a small dog will straight up charge your ass. A pity German Shepherd or a Rottie is gonna run at you a little bit, barking, and then they're gonna sit there and they're gonna watch you, and they're gonna be barking, and they're gonna be loud, and they're big dogs. But a fucking Chihuahua is just gonna come up like he's the Shaq and fucking bite your ankles for no fucking reason other than he's got little dog syndrome. My dog, when he barks, he sounds vicious as hell.
Oh yeah, he does.
And I've seen him with his jowls raised. He looks terrifying.
He's just terrifying.
But the second you walk in this door, He fucking loves you.
Right. I always joke around saying we could be getting robbed and he'd be right there helping. I'm like, hey, you guys need help? I'll help you here. Stupid dog.
That's exactly what would happen.
It's like he barks like and every time he starts barking, I'm like, boy, you're barking like you're gonna do something. You ain't gonna do nothing. You're gonna sit there and just love on them. Like our maintenance guy, like whenever they come over, they love on him so much. He's like, oh my god, people, I love you, and they're like, oh, you're so cute. And I'm like, yeah, but he's an asshole.
Then we got our one-eyed old lady upstairs.
Yeah, Uno, the one-eyed wonder. Here, I love how your mom cracked up at her name.
Got a one-eyed cat named Uno.
She lost her eye because she had an infection and it caused her to lose her right eye, and she's just really skittish because of it, because she had to keep going back to the vet to get it worked on and fixed on, and she's got an actual prosthetic underneath her eye right there to give her the actual cat shape, because they had to take out a good portion of her bone. So she actually has the prosthetic underneath her face.
Huh.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's got a little prosthetic to give her a regular kitty cat face.
Every once in a while, she graces us with her presence.
She's
mainly when she's out of food.
Well, no. She used to snuggle with me on bed after the dog went to sleep, but she just doesn't like the dog.
I think this past year I've only seen her once, and it was when I stayed the night that one night.
She came downstairs, didn't she?
Several times.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll come downstairs.
Who the fuck are you? I'm gone. I'm back. Look, it's me.
You're still here? Fuck. Going back upstairs now. Never mind. Dog's up here. Coming back downstairs.
Coming back down.
Essentially.
She would snuggle with me on the couch before we had the dog. She'd come down here and snuggle with me and be adorable.
And now it's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You got a dog.
And we've had the dog 2 years. I think she'd eventually warm up to him, but no, she still hisses at him.
It doesn't help that whenever she remotely moves, he jumps at her and like tail wagging and whining. If I only had one eye, I'd freak out too if a big fucking blonde mess of fur jumped at me.
Cass is also fucking really, really hyper versus from what I can tell of Uno.
Yeah, she's just like
really, really calm and sticks to herself.
Pretty much. But she's really I remember when we got her, because we had gotten her from my friend because she couldn't have her anymore. And I was so happy the first time I heard her actually start purring. It took her a while before she started purring, but then when she was purring, I'm like, she's purring! Oh, she's purring! And so I would make it my goal every time I see her to make sure she'd be purring every time I pet her. So I was like, hee hee. It was now.
Are a parent, aren't you?
See what?
That you really are a parent, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. But I can't go to the bathroom alone though at night.
Oh no, she sits there.
She'll come in, yeah.
Yeah.
Mother, I crave violence.
She did that to me the other day and freaked me the fuck out.
Oh, did she?
I went to the bathroom and I didn't close the door all the way, which is on me. But I'm sitting there and out of the corner of my eye, I see something move and I'm like, all right, what the fuck's going on? And I don't see anything there for a second. And then I catch the gleam of her one eye just pass through the crack of that door. And I was like, okay.
Damn it, I know.
Don't be doing that shit.
How it is sometimes with Daisy. She'll like for some reason she won't want to eat. And I don't know why, but the dog's food's in the bathroom, the downstairs bathroom. It has been for years. Every time I have to go in there, she follows me in there and I'm like, look, I'm not ashamed of what I have. I'll sit down here and take shit. This is on you.
It's on you.
And she'll just sit there. And then I'll be like, all right, we're doing this. And I'll go close the door. And she's like, nope.
No.
I went out.
No, she'll come in there and she'll lay on my feet or let me pet her. If the dog gets up and walks to the door, she'll hop into the tub. Or she'll sit by my feet. But as soon as he tries to come in, she's like, oh. I'm like, would you stop that?
Stop. I just want to be on my phone while I take in peace.
I'm just trying to poop. Quit fighting. Same thing with the dog. I can't go to the bathroom in peace. Like when you were at work and Ryan was at school and I was still here not working, I go in the bathroom, just trot, gets right up in front of me and just leans against me and lets me pat. I'm like, dog, I've got a wipe. He's just like, no, you're gonna pet. I'm like, get back. He's like, but I love you. I'm like, I love you too, but get out. Silly puppy.
I've had, how many dogs have I had? Probably had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 dogs. And these last two that I have, Bella and Daisy, which unfortunately Bella passed away in March.
Oh, did she?
That
Mm.
that 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 upset me a lot. I damn near broke my phone. I got the news. I was at
Was
work.
she the boxer or was she the other one?
Uh, they're both boxers, but one of them's mixed with Pit, but she was the boxer.
Oh, I liked her.
Yeah, she was a sweet old lady, but
No, she wasn't old.
she was.
Daisy's the old one.
Is Daisy the white one?
Yeah, Daisy's still kicking.
Okay.
But what I was getting at is that I think that, and I might feel a little bad for saying this because I did love all my animals I've ever had, dogs, cats, etc. But I think if when Daisy goes, I'll probably be torn the fuck up.
Uh, I understand that because my family used to have a husky named Kira,
I met
and
Kira once
yeah, you met Kira once, I think, because we had her over in
while I
Heritage.
was on while I was messed up on pain medicine because I got my wisdom teeth taken out.
Yeah, but that was she was my dog. She was a pure white Siberian husky. She had white eyes with a blue ring around them. I
Yeah,
loved that dog.
I want a husky so bad.
They're expensive,
Mhm.
Or a German Shepherd, or
also
both.
expensive.
Yeah.
Uh, but when Kira passed away, I feel weird about it because Mom came into my room and she was like, "Hey, they just had to put Kira down," and she was crying. And for some fucking reason, I laughed. I gave a little chuckle.
Probably just your way of coping that at that point you didn't know how to like respond.
Yeah, so my body just laughed. But I got a picture of Kira sitting up next to a picture of me and Skunk.
I love that picture of you and Skunk.
And she died of cancer. I believe she had cancer in her stomach, and they thought they had removed it all, and it turns out they didn't. And the tumors pushed through her belly, and they had to put her down. But she was a good dog. She had one litter of puppies. I don't know where those puppies are now, but
I remember when we had a what was he? He was a Shepherd Chow mix. His name was Marshall Matt Dillon. And this is before Matt Dillon was even around. But his name was Marshall. We called him Marshall Matt Dillon, and he was such a good dog. He would smile. He's one of those dogs you would say smile, and he'd smile. Um, he died of he had heartworm that we didn't catch, and I remember I came home one day from school, and I was like, "Where's the dog?" And my grandma was like, "Well, we had to put him down," and I was so mad at my grandma. I'm like, "You killed our dog!" I was inconsolable because I still didn't understand, why.
Right.
And so, but now that I'm older, I understood. Okay, well, I see why he was suffering because he was having seizures, and I didn't ever see him
That's
have
the same
those.
reason Shiloh got put down.
Mm.
She was old.
Yeah, that's why our
Shiloh was a good dog.
that's why I miss Hercules. Hercules was our Saint Bernard that got put down. Like, and I still see him in my sleep, like, because I was really connected really hard to Hercules because when we went to go pick him out, he fell asleep in my arms. Like as a puppy, he's asleep in my arms. And then when we had to go put him down because his body was just giving out on him, he fell asleep in my arms as he passed away. And I just like it killed me. Like I loved that dog. Like that dog was like my best friend. And it just killed me when he passed away. But he was such a great dog. Like I love that dog. Sim. And then we had my dad has I think 5 dogs right now. I loved Annie Oakley when he got her because my dad had the golden retriever Jesse James, and then they got Annie Oakley, who was a mastiff, and she was an English mastiff. She was so pretty, like she was just the prettiest dog.
Not that kind of charger.
Oh, you just would hook it from the top up there, that plug. What are you doing?
Plugging this in. Also bumping against everything else that's plugged in.
Just do it from here.
No, because that isn't going to charge anything.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
That thing is incredibly weak.
It charges my phone all the way up to 100.
Yeah, after like 5 hours.
No, more like an hour. This directly plugged into the wall. Hang on, people. So what are some things, or so what are the animals that you had growing up that you love
I
or
had a roly
miss?
poly one day.
I love roly polies. They're adorable.
I remember when I first like found a roly poly and I just saw it like roll up and I was like, "Whoa, this is cool.
Yeah,
You are mine."
they're isopods. What was it? That was your headset died, or is it dying?
What do you mean? What?
Was your headset dying?
Yes.
Okay. Um,
The only pets I can remember owning are like dogs and cats and fish. My dad had a parrot and a gecko once. I think a gecko.
my dad still has fish.
But he got rid of the parrot because it was just too much on him. He just couldn't keep up with it and it was just always loud and he was like, "Nah,
Hmm.
I can't do this."
I want a burp.
I don't. They're loud.
And then the gecko or I can't remember what it was. I was like 5, so I couldn't even tell you what happened to that.
I know that growing up we had hamsters, and it was funny. My dad didn't believe me when I told him, like, Dad, my hamster gave birth. He's like, no, it didn't. I'm like, Dad, yes, look, come. He's like, well, son of a bitch, it did. Just sitting there in the litter box that or in the cage, and it's like little litter it's babies, and he's like, well, hell, you did, didn't it? She was mean. After she had those babies, she was mean. I'm like, I don't like. She bit me all the time. I didn't like her anymore. Then I had another one that he just passed away of old age, and I liked him. And I had rats when I got older. I had rats.
You had a bun bun.
I miss my bun bun. I love my little Archon. He was awesome. I want to get another rabbit, but I miss him. Then we've always had dogs and cats. I remember our cat that we had. It was a tuxedo cat. His name was oh, what do we call him? I gotta think. Buddy. His name was Buddy, and he was the coolest cat. Like he literally like because you know how cats do their stretch and how we would call it strutting, and we're like, strut, do your strut, and he'd actually start doing his strut. He's like, it's like, oh, it was the cutest thing ever. Like he would strut on command, and just he was a cute freaking cat. He passed away he had a problem with his urinary tract. I can't remember. I don't know if it was cancer, if he just had a really bad urinary infection that just we didn't catch in time. But he's such a good cat. I liked him.
Um, my brother texted me. He's got a pinstriped ball python.
Ooh.
Nice. They'll get big.
No, they won't. Ball pythons don't get that big.
Ball pythons can get 7 feet.
No, they don't. They don't get that big. I think the biggest a ball python will get will be about this big.
It's about 5, damn near 6 feet.
No, it's not. It's more like 4 feet. But they get about 4 feet. They don't get very big.
My uncle having a pretty big ball python.
I think my aunt and my uncle a long time ago had something. I don't remember what it was. I think it might have been. It might have been articulated, but it was huge. My grandma hated it. She hated the damn thing. But
My dad's made it clear what he thinks of Ryusei.
yeah, he doesn't like snakes.
Like, you bring that snake near me, I'll kill it.
I know Mom tolerates it, doesn't she?
She thinks he's cool, but that's
about it.
That's about it.
I know my real mom likes him. Because I showed her him when she came back and took us to dinner that one day. She's like, he's gotten so big. I'm like, I know, right?
Okay, so a ball python will get 4 to 5 feet.
See, told you.
You get the pumpkin
The
python.
more you know.
The pumpkin pythons. They have the little pumpkin things on them.
Oh yeah.
Looks like pumpkins.
Hang on.
The more you. There you go.
The more you know. I think I'm clever. I know he had a beardy, but he passed away. What was it? Last month or the month before last?
Yeah, about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Drogo passed away.
He's an old man, though.
Yeah, we had him for a while, and he was already pretty old when we got him.
But he had a good last day, so.
And now I have another tank that I can get another reptile.
I'll be back.
And on that note,
no.
I want to get one of them. I don't know why. I think because I think they're cool. Those sand lizards.
Oh, those are pretty cool.
The little tiny little fuckers that burrow in the sand.
Oh, they're cute.
And from what I understand, relatively easy to maintain because you can basically feed them off crickets and just give them sand, like sand and water.
Of course, you really shouldn't feed crickets, though. Crickets are really bad. The dubia are better.
Crickets aren't bad.
But they're just empty calories.
They're, they're protein.
But it's not as much as they need, though.
It's a tiny little lizard. How much protein does it need?
Actually, a lot.
It's only that fucking big.
They still need a lot of protein and.
You understand a bearded dragon. A bearded dragon gets quite much larger than these sand lizards do, but
They need their protein, they need their vitamin D and their calcium. And
you got your vitamin D. I don't think she heard me.
I heard it.
What?
He'll show you later. This podcast is rated R.
And essentially, it's on Picario, where a lot of lewd streamers are, and then I'm assuming your stream is 18 plus. So.
Nope, I'm rated E for everyone.
Ah, well, fuckity fuck.
Kicks the stream off. I had a guy earlier, this is kind of off topic. I was playing Scream Deathmatch, and he goes, all right, I can't control what you guys say, but I'm streaming on YouTube, so if you guys want to, shout out, I was like, Wolfcast Podcast on YouTube. He's like, let me look that up, man. I'll follow you. And he's like, I can't find you. I was like, oh.
He was probably spelling it WOLF.
Yeah.
You gotta specify it. We got a little bit of a weird spelling because we're special.
It's for special.
Thanks, man.
The thing about animals also is that
Where you fucking at? The bathroom?
She's in the kitchen.
No.
The pot I was using for my potatoes is too small, so I had to transfer it over. I get to use my new big heat pot.
Welcome to an oddly weird podcast where we are normally sitting at our desks, but sometimes we cook.
Sorry,
I mean, she could probably, in all honesty, undo the mic from the side of her headset and still talk to us clearly.
No, because I'd have to switch it over to so it would hear me.
Maybe.
No, I still because I have to manually switch it to do it.
Mine's different than that. Then I can have mine set up to where I'll hear you guys through my speakers.
Hey, look, my hand might plug.
But
Damn it.
I can have mine set up to where I'll hear you guys through my speakers, and then I'll turn my headset on, and I can use the microphone through the headset, but I won't hear you guys through the headset. You can use that for music in some cases as well. You can.
See that?
Yes, Satan.
Sorry, our lights flickered.
You know, lights in our kitchen just did a momentary flicker. That was interesting.
Carry on my way.
Not ready for this shit. I got enough runes and salt and
Right.
got enough ceremonial daggers. I can solve any problem.
Right.
All right, dear, get the Fey blood.
No, they don't like me.
Pretty sure we got some silver around here too. Maybe some cast iron. We got cast iron.
Pretty sure that's silver.
The mirror might be silver laned,
Maybe.
but I don't know.
No, why? Why must you
Song's gonna be stuck in my head now.
Look up the Jonathan Young cover of it. It's pretty good.
You're welcome, bro.
Be at work tomorrow and just like, carry on my way. Oh my god.
You need to hook up an aux to that.
Someone keeps leaving this speaker laying around, and I thought about just like putting the speaker in like side 2 somewhere and just like playing my music. Not loud, but
All right.
Fuck it.
I mean, I listen to my AirPods half the time anyway, so it's not like they would care.
I'm tempted to buy a pair of I don't remember what the fuck they're called, but they're a good brand of earpods that are wireless, and I'm tempted to buy because you can get it for like $80.
The bows or
I don't
what?
remember what the fuck they're called.
You're like, don't ask me
Yeah,
that questions.
if you look, you can find some decent pairs for cheap price. I just at that time I wasn't really buying anything for myself, and like I was wanting AirPods because I have an Apple phone, so I was like, nah, I shouldn't. And then my girlfriend at the time was like, literally you don't do anything for anyone, or you don't do anything for yourself. You always do for others. Just fucking buy them. And I was like, you're right. And then the AirPods 2 came out.
Yeah.
That's how I am. I don't like buying things for myself. I feel guilty.
Yeah.
But I think that's because I grew up, so poor, and I see it as buying things for myself is selfish, and that I should, give things to others. And
Ow, my
That's probably where I
fingers
got mine
popped.
I
from.
heard that. Is your phone blowing up?
That's Discord. I was
Oh.
asking questions.
How dare they ask you questions?
No, I was asking questions.
Oh, okay.
How dare you ask questions?
Yeah, no, that's God forbid anybody learn anything in this world.
I know one thing that I also want to talk about on this podcast as well. I know a lot of people like to have puppies and kittens, and like they want them as Christmas gifts or birthday gifts or what have you. That's awesome. That's great.
But take care of the shit.
But take care of them. If not, like, because animals themselves are a good anywhere between 5 to 20 year commitment.
Mhm.
Just depends on what it is. And I was thinking, maybe if we get our next animal that's not from a shop, that we get it from possibly a shelter or something like that.
If I can, I'll absolutely get a dog or a cat from a shelter. Or if they have anything that's exotic from there, I'll get it from a shelter. Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, your shelters, all you got to do to get an animal from there, go in there and sign paperwork. It's basically free animals.
Yeah.
If it's a rescue, you can pretty much get it for free. You sign some paperwork.
There might be a slight adoption fee.
Right. Some places don't even have the adoption fee. All you got to do is pay for the shots.
Even if there isn't a small adoption fee, at the end of the day, it's 100% worth it if you're an animal lover, because not only are you fulfilling like your want and need for that love and support, you're fulfilling theirs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually.
'Cause at the end of the day, animals just want to be loved too. I mean, we're all, I was gonna say like creatures, but like we're all
we are
we're
all
all-
animals.
yeah, we're all animals and we're all like living on the same planet. So
The only difference between the animal species Homo sapien, which is humans, and any other animal species out there is that humans develop brains and we've
Animals
evolved.
have brains.
No, shut up. You know what I mean? We're smarter than other animals out there in some cases.
We have a
We've
higher
evolved to
intelligence,
the
yeah.
point where we use tools and we've invented technologies and all this other shit. That is the only difference between us and other animals.
Well, not true, because otters use stones to break open clams, and
Right.
monkeys do.
That's why I said in some cases.
Okay.
We are seeing evolution in motion right now when we see otters, fish, some fish, like the parrotfish, for example.
Parrotfish
You
have all the
even see,
freaking
like-
mm-mm.
you even see like videos nowadays of like some animals talking. Like you hear dogs, like you can clearly hear what they're saying,
Mom,
even
mom.
though it's not like how we're talking, or like even gorillas and apes.
Mm-hmm. They
Or
make
like,
certain sounds.
Just
in a sequence.
imagine being at like the zoo and you're just like, look at that, and he like walks up and he's like, hi.
What up,
You're
fam?
What?
Or
You
it's
and
like you have
feel
Coco the
like-
gorilla that can speak in sign language.
Yep. And like that's about the only difference. People forget that humans are animals.
Mm-hmm.
Only animals and insects and crustaceans, basically what we would consider animals under different specifications, inhabit this planet. There is nothing special on this planet. Nothing that's really technically unique, quote unquote. Everything in us is seen elsewhere throughout nature. Everything in nature is seen in us.
Mm-hmm.
Humans are just smarter. That's the only thing we got.
We're
That's
smart-
it. We got lucky.
We're smarter and we can use weapons.
Yeah. We got lucky throughout all this. And here's a fun fact for you. Spiders are not insects.
Yeah, they're arachnids, but still. Ugh.
No, they're animals.
Yeah.
They are animals under the scientific classification of arachnid. Same goes for scorpions.
They can animal themselves out. Don't like spiders.
I remember years ago in high school, I worked in an animal rescue center. I don't know if you know where it is, Alpha. It's that red building if you're heading towards Walmart, off to the right.
Oh yeah.
I used to do volunteer work there, and I was real upset one day because I went in there and it was a wolf shepherd husky mix. He
I would
was,
fucking put everything.
and he had heterochromia.
Oh.
He had one blue eye and one green eye, and he was gorgeous.
I love heterochromia in animals.
I was the only one allowed to handle him. I was the only one allowed to walk him. And he was amazing, and I wanted him. I don't know what happened to him. He had to have been every part of maybe like 3 years old plus. And I don't think he probably would have been friendly to another family taking him if it was somebody he didn't know.
Maybe.
But he was an absolutely gorgeous dog. And I wanted him.
I wanted him. Daddy, I want a squirrel.
That one squirrel who fucking posted up on me that day. Oh, God, I was afraid for my life. This man, a fucking squirrel.
That was funny, though.
I was walking to let the dog out. And I look out there, and there's a squirrel on the fence. Squirrel looks up, sees me, stands up on its hind legs, shoulders back. And I'm like, what the fuck? Honey, the squirrel's posted up on me.
Geese are fucking terrifying.
Did you fucking grab a geese by its neck and snap its fucking neck?
I like geese. I don't know why everyone hates them. Like, they don't hurt
I don't
you.
hate them. It's just they're fucking terrifying.
They're mean sons of bitches.
I've never
But
had one
yeah,
be mean to
especially if
me.
they feel attacked.
I whacked one over the head with a stick once.
I remember the guy where my grandfather by marriage lived. He would purposefully step on and break the goose eggs that were by his pond on purpose.
Now, see, I might not like geese, but that's a dick move.
Yeah, he would do it every year. I'm like, you're a fucking dick. Like, they're gonna hatch and they'll leave. Just let them be. Like, I hate that shit. Like, I cannot
don't fuck
stand
with
animal
them.
cruelty. I can't do that.
There's a guy somewhere. I want to say it's here in Indiana. He's got a pond in his backyard. He's tired of all the geese. He's tired of all the goose poop. He's tired of it all. You want to know what he did? He went out and bought one of them fake alligator heads.
Yeah.
And he anchored it to the bottom of his pond. He hasn't seen a goose since.
That's why you
See,
did it.
that's the type of things you need to do. Like, if you don't want something, or you just don't kill.
Yeah.
I can understand if your life's in danger, then maybe, but like, just don't. Like,
There ain't a point unless you're killing for a reason. Like you need to protect yourself, or you need the food, whatever. Because my dad's a hunter. I've hunted as
deer
well.
jerky's really good.
Deer jerky is fucking fantastic. I hate poachers. We have poachers here in Indiana. They go out, they kill the deer, they take the antlers and the hooves, and then they leave the carcass. They don't take anything else.
Yeah,
It's like, why the fuck would you do that?
What's the point?
What'd you get out of it? You got some antlers and some hooves. My dad
souvenirs.
takes pride in the deer that he has killed. He'll go. You'll ask him about that head he's got hanging on the wall. He'd be like, "Yep," and here's the rest of it, and he'll open his freezer. You're like, "You want some deer jerky?" And you're like, "Fuck yeah!" Like that's.
Come back in 3 days, we'll be done. Son of a bitch.
He's working on a specific type of. I don't remember what the fuck the process is called.
Curing?
I guess he basically buried the carcass.
Yeah, it's curing.
Yeah, he buried the carcass underground. It sits under for a year, and then you dig it back up and do all your shit to it.
Damn.
It's about time to dig that up. He can't walk over where it's buried at though.
Why?
Fucking stinks.
Oh, I can imagine it's dead.
But it's about time to dig that up, so I'm sure he's excited for that, for whatever he had planned for it.
Why does the horse look like it's about to stomp my head in?
Well, it's just in the background.
Yeah,
So.
you're in the
I don't-
foreground, it's in the background.
I don't like this one.
The end.
The end! I love the foreshadowing and like the cat in my lap, assuming that I'm gonna get pussy someday. Just kidding.
I just did it as it was.
I hesitated to fucking say that. I don't know if I should have said that or not.
It's all right.
I like the demonic bunny rabbit.
Well, his eyes aren't.
Look at that thing.
Is that Cass in the front? That literally looks like what Cass would be. As a baby.
No, that is a chunky ass dog. Like
Cass is like, I'm the center of attention, bitch.
the red panda sitting in my lap. For context, my second favorite animal is the red panda.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do that with him. And then I love snakes anyway, and so I have a little snake just like, I love you. I love how little snake is so cute. I was gonna do where I had like a frog on my head and like an iguana on Alpha's head, but I'm like, nah, I already have a lot of animals in here, so I left those out.
Yeah.
But no, I kind of did the cute little derpy dog, made a chunky thing. So, um, but yeah, like shelters are a good thing to do, and you know, it's just. And the thing that I always hated, like whenever you see people like, oh, this poor dog's been back and forth in shelters because people don't want to take the time to.
I'm sorry, I will always take the time for a dog.
Right, same.
You could tell me that dog attacked and killed its previous owner, and I'd be like, all right, bring the baby over here.
Bring the baby over here. Or it's like I always tell people, it's like he's nice. He just jumps. I'm like, if I'm gonna get taken out by 100-pound ball of flu, that's how I'm gonna go.
Pretty much. You got 9 minutes.
No, I'm thinking, why my kitchen's so smoky?
Probably because it's smoking.
Oh, thank you, Captain Obvious.
You're welcome, Sergeant Sarcasm.
My
I'll be here
neighbors
all
are
week.
at it again.
Okay, therefore, would you move your fat butt?
Excuse you, my back is plump.
Got that beer belly.
Not yet. Working on it though.
Getting that dad
Yeah,
bod for the
it's-
winter.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that a lot of these shelters, and a lot of people don't realize it, but shelters have a carrying capacity,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't, unfortunately, just add on to their building. That costs money that they probably don't have. They accept money through donations half the time anyway. So when people just start donating these animals, dogs, cats, what have you, they run to capacity, and what are they supposed to do? Their only option really is to hope maybe another shelter can take them, or euthanize them. And
Maybe. I don't know if this would be going like a stretch or something.
Fell out my chair.
But I don't know if maybe in the description we could put a local shelter in it or something.
Oh yeah, I was gonna put some stuff. But
I just didn't know if without asking them we can do that, or if we had to ask them or not.
no, because you can look at this stuff online. As to shelters, you have the SPCA. You even have local humane societies and stuff like that. So
that was the one that I worked for, was the Humane Society of Johnson County.
yeah, and there's always shelters somewhere, and there's always you can look what is it? I pulled a couple up. It was you can go to petfinder.com or adoptapet.com. And you can go even to the SPCAI website as well to see what you can do.
It would just be cool if someone was viewing this and was in the comments or something, was yeah, I actually went to one of the shelters and adopted an animal, or they reached out and was yeah, we've had a couple people come from your podcast and
Well, that would be cool,
adopt
but
them.
in the end, the message stays the same, whether anything like that happens or not. Just stop buying from animals. In all honesty, we could get rid of pet stores.
I'm down. Pet stores should honestly just be
Exotic animals. Your snakes.
exotic
your reptiles.
animals and
And the stuff you
food,
need for them, yeah.
the stuff you need and stuff, versus you know,
Come
the
buy this
dogs
$2,000 husky.
Right.
Get rid of pet stores, except for the exotic animals, and then you go to your shelters and they'll have pets. And I'm sorry, if you want a specific breed, or you think one breed is superior than another, don't buy an animal. And I don't mean to be rude about it, but I love virtually all dogs. Yes, I said earlier, fucking ankle biters suck. They're mean. I would never actually wish harm on one.
Yeah, I wouldn't I'm not a big fan of cats and small dogs, but I wouldn't go out of my way to hurt an animal.
Right. So I see your Pomeranian charging at me. I'm gonna look at it and be like, "That's a bad time."
Punt.
But I'm not gonna actually punt the dog over the fence.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm gonna pick it up and go, "You are just not vicious."
Just sitting there
And then I'm gonna carry it back over to its owner. And I'll also not buy a Pomeranian. However, I will turn around and buy a Pomeranian Husky mix because I think those are fucking adorable.
Pomsky.
The Pomsky.
See, the only two small dogs I absolutely adore and love are the Corgis and the English Bulldogs.
Yes.
They're so cute!
You
Oh my
get
God.
corgi mixed with anything is like having a puppy version of that dog forever.
Right.
You get a corgi mixed with a husky. It's a husky that's forever a puppy. Same with German Shepherd, same with Lab, same with Golden Retriever.
I know a friend of mine bought an English Bulldog for one of his ex-girlfriends, or one of her ex-girlfriends, and it is the cutest freaking thing ever. And I'm like, I want it! It's such a cute puppy. Man.
Isn't that Jay?
No, Jay has a corgi. It's my friend Tanya. She bought an English Bulldog, and oh my God!
You got that squishy face.
This squishy face. They have a lot of health problems, but they're so cute.
And also on that note, if you do want a specific breed of dog, let's be honest, it's not that hard to find.
You can find breeders anywhere.
You can find breeders anywhere. You can go to a fucking shelter and find them.
Or go to Facebook. A lot of Facebook places do that.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have a friend of mine that actually has her own business selling her corgis.
There you go.
So there's places you can find everywhere online for animals.
I'm sorry, if I can do it with snakes, if I can literally go to a convention that happens every year up in Indianapolis and get a new snake, or breed my snake with somebody else's,
Be pretty babies.
I'm going to do that over going to a pet store and spending $700, $800+ on a new animal.
Now, granted, that's just our opinions on it. I still think people should adopt as well. I understand that you want a puppy, or as puppies are adorable. Every baby animal is adorable, but a lot of your senior dogs have a lot of love to give.
Mm-hmm. A lot of your senior dogs are also already trained.
Yeah, that, and they're also big puppies at heart too sometimes.
Yeah. Every dog is a puppy. I don't care how old it is. It's a puppy. It's a little puppers.
Good puppy. They could be a 400-pound dog.
Yep.
Like the Tibetan Mastiff. Good God.
Big
Size of
dog.
a
I want
bear,
to snuggle it.
But I want it. Cutest puppy
He'll
ever.
rip your throat out. I don't care. Let me hug him.
Let me hug him. Like there'd be that one white girl. Oh my God, he's so cute. Yeah, I'm that white girl. Yeah, today we bury May. Why? Because she tried to hug a giant puppy. Was it a wolf? Yes. Yes, it was.
That's honestly how I'd go. I'd go out to like get fucking Yellowstone or something, just walking in the woods, and I hear them coming after me, like, "Yep, come here, puppy."
Here comes the boy. Oh boy. Goodness gracious. That's how I'd go. But
We've been going for an hour and 2 minutes now.
well, we really love animals, so
Yeah.
But again, on the adoption, I just wanted to go over just little few things. So approximately 4.1 million shelter animals are adopted each year, which is great. 2 million are dogs, and about 2.1 million are cats. About 810,000 animals who enter shelters as strays are returned to their owners, which is really awesome because chipping your dog or cat isn't a fantastic idea. It's a great way to get them back if they get run out, get lost, what have you. You'll always find a way to get them. And each year, approximately 920,000 shelter animals are euthanized. About 390 are dogs, and about 530 are cats. And that's thousands. But through people doing SPCA and a lot of your groomers going out there to groom dogs to make them look more presentable are helping to decrease the amount of euthanizations in shelters. So it's really good. If you really want an animal, go to your local shelter. It might surprise you as to what you're going to find. But we love you. We think you guys are awesome. Make sure to follow us on all of our social medias. We appreciate everything you guys do for us. And, we just really appreciate the love and support. So just make sure that you follow us on all of our socials. What's next week?
Halloween special.
Yes!
Oh yeah.
The best holiday ever.
It's my favorite holiday.
Samhain, Samhain, whatever the fuck are they?
Samhain.
No, it's not Samhain. It's never pronounced Samhain. It's spelled Samhain.
Is it Samhain?
Nope. It's pronounced Samhain or
Oh.
Samhain.
I apologize.
I might be butchering the pronunciation, but I know it's not Sam Hain.
Sam Hain. There's some Wiccan out there rolling her grave.
Yeah, there's somebody out there who's like, I'm about to curse these motherfuckers.
Say it correctly.
To that, I say, bring it.
Bring it. But, like I said, go to your local shelters, adopt a dog or cat, make either the rest of their life an enjoyable one, or make the beginning of their life awesome. So
in some cases, you lose literally nothing.
Yep, it's just doing something to help
Except
out.
you get attached to something and then it dies.
Well, that's life. But we love you guys. Thank you, and we'll see you all in the next podcast. Bye.
Bye.
Later.